Hey guys, so I just thought I'd throw together a post for all of the different kinds of tools that I love to use in order to make the bed, right, or your room more of a sanctuary, more of a place of relaxation as much as possible, especially if you're like me and you have a horrible relationship with sleep and rest in general. Okay, so this is not about sleep hygiene, it's really just about tools and products that I love. I've mentioned some of them before. All right, but we'll just get the sleep hygiene part out of the way in case you don't know what they are. That is, you want to shut down your computers, your devices, get off of all of that before you sleep for at least an hour before bedtime. And then when you are in your sleep mode, to have everything as dark as possible. That includes all light. So that's going to help with regulating your circadian rhythm, your melatonin levels, and then sleeping in about 65 degrees, which is pretty dang cool. And then, of course, having regular times of going to bed, regular times of waking, and keeping that number of hours of sleep to be between 6 and 9 is what usually works for most people. You'll have to figure out where you are by trial and error. And whenever you are trying to shift your sleep schedule, whether on the going to bed or the waking in, just to really don't move it by more than 15 minutes a day, okay, to work up or down to whatever you're going for. Okay, other than that, I'm going to start naming a bunch of products and showing you some of my favorite things. So one of the things that I've shown you before are the yoga toes. So this is this squishy feel. That's about $25 or $30 on Amazon, and this particular is called Yoga Toe Gems, okay? That's important. That's what I like. What you do is you place these pronged gem thingamajiggers in between your toes, and I'm just gonna do one side and just hang out. Okay, you could also use it as a pedicure. It feels so freaking amazing. Blood circulation, foot stretching, it'll help with plantar fasciitis or any other foot problems you may have, bunions included. All right, oh, and before actually I go on, and nothing to do with sleep hygiene or sleep, but look at this cute blouse. This is from my new friend Natasha. She's a designer. She's over at Stylistic Mixtures on IG. I'll put a link to a bunch of this stuff whenever it's applicable, okay? But don't I look cute? And I guess that's important for rest, right? Okay. Second, of course, I understand not everyone could do this. It's the yoga trapeze. I am a certified yoga trapeze instructor. If you're interested in getting one, I could help you, get one, whether it's the same brand or not, and the different ways that you could set this up. Obviously, this is, if you see my bed flows, this is huge. I often like to combine both of these and just hang my feet and lay back, okay? Now, and the thing you've seen in almost every post this month for GymBed is this special pillow, which, as you can see, it has a divot in the middle and it's pretty firm all the way around. I love this. My friend turned me onto this. I got a 2-pack on Amazon like years and years ago. And then, oh, I gotta mention this pillow. So using a silk pillow is so luxurious. So depending on the brand you get, you're going to pay anywhere from $20 to like $90 for one pillowcase, okay? I know, which is crazy expensive. So my favorite happens to be this Love and Snow brand. Love and Snow is my go-to hair care product. So Love White is also my friend and lovely lady. So her, I'm sorry, it's all wrinkly, but it's because the way I dried it. But the color on this one is just so versatile, and I'm telling you, it makes such a big difference when you put your skin on this, when you put your head on and you touch your face to it, and it's good for your hair as well. It makes such a big difference whether it's cold weather or hot weather, okay? So hygienic, antibacterial, and temperature controlling, and will protect your hair and skin from getting all the moisture sucked out. Incidentally, whenever I have my best hair day, which today is not because I have a whole bunch of different things that I threw in my hair, but on the days where I only use the Love and Snow hair tonic and hair serum, those are my best hair days. I will link to her too. Mwah. Love, I love you. So now this kind of pillow, I don't know, it looks like a boomerang. Okay, this pillow is great for when you want to sort of have a one arm hug like this. Okay, so this is so flipping comfortable, I can't even tell you. It's just that, you know, ideally we're supposed to sleep on our back, face up, so gravity, wrinkles, all of that. Okay, but again, I'm just being realistic. Okay, whatever works for you, whatever you're actually going to use, because face it, everything that's a good suggestion or good advice or should do, almost always they're very simple, right? Whether we're talking nutrition, exercise, productivity, whatever, it's all simple. It's just that simple is not easy. So for anyone to assume that because something is simple that someone can and should or, you know, would do it is complete bull caca. We have our emotional, mental, psychological, historical, genetic, logistical, you know, physical differences, experiences, limitations that all affect what it is that we can do, what it is that's easy or difficult for us, what's possible for us, whether it's time-wise, you know, monetarily, energy-wise. So bull caca to assume that, you know, simple means everyone can do it, and to judge yourself or anybody else if they don't. Okay, we all have different things, including our personality, that all make up what we actually end up doing in real life. I like to talk about in real life, right? Realistically. So this is really sort of like a pregnancy suggested pillow, but where this one comes in handy is if you're one of those persons who likes to use their phone in bed, and I think most people are. When you lay down on this, the fact that you have your elbows propped up to the side just makes it a lot more comfortable. Okay, and of course you could also spoon it and snuggle it like this. Okay, and this is good because you could just turn and go in both directions, because that's the other suggestion that I would have in real life, right? So sometimes you have partners in your bed, you're sleeping with partners, sometimes you have kids, pets, you don't have the bed all to yourself. In those cases, just still try to vary, like switch the sides, you know, whether you're sleeping side by side or whether you're sleeping like entwined, right? Still switch. And I mean, if you have a partner's body that actually melds with you, that's also helpful. But hey, that's probably not the only criteria. But like for that guy, if you have that part in the shoulder right here, there's like this divot, right, where our head would rest on. Sometimes it just fits better than others, you know? So that's cool if you have a physically matching partner for you. And then, of course, it's also just nice to love the sheets. So I've already mentioned the pillowcases, but also nice to love the sheets. So I have a few sets of my favorites. So the llama sheets are my favorite. My cat sheets are my favorite. So it should feel good, and you should love the design, and you should love the color. Okay. Now I have also, this might be my final, no, it's not my final, but it's my final pillow. So this is a wedge pillow. You can see it's pretty big, and these are so gnarly. When it comes in the mail, you get like this tiny little package, and then it'll blow up into this massive thing within about an hour. The pillowcase here, the cover, the reason why it doesn't fit exact is because this is just, I buy additional pillow covers, and you know, as long as it's really hard, actually to find additional pillow covers, so this is good enough. Okay, so the reason why people use this is that oftentimes, you know, there's an orthopedic reason for it, or a therapeutic reason for it, and I got basically every, you know, old person issue you can think of, I guess, I don't know. So you could put your legs over it and elevate it, okay? But there's other ways that you could position this pillow in order to help you. But I do love this, okay? And then you could also just do the what is this, the frog pose, right? But it'll also help elevate tilt your pelvis up if you have anterior pelvic tilt. Okay, so gosh, those are pillows. I actually have some other pillows that I don't love as much, and I think it's just worth a try. There's ones that are kind of like a block that you would put between your knees to help you if you're a side sleeper. I gave that to one of my friends, and she loves it, and other types of pillows. All right, but let's move on away from the pillows. If the darkness thing is an issue for you, of course, there's the eye masks that are available. It's actually harder than it sounds to find an eye mask that you really like. Okay. Now, the other thing that is uber so important, makes a huge deal. All right. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl. This advice applies. So there are sense, right? Your sense of smell is a huge factor in how you feel. So with the bedtime sprays, okay, so you could either just take actual essential oils, you know, at its full strength, and just get those, and lavender of course is the biggest one, but I love to get actual sleep sprays. This one, my friend Julia on IG is a seller for Temple Spa. They're not based in the US, okay, so beware of that as far as shipping and paying for shipping. But this one is called Quietude. They have two. They have one that's called Quietude, which is more relaxing, and Spiritude, which is more for the mornings. It's more energizing. Both are divine, but this Quietude is amazing. The other one and you could just spray this on the pillow, all around the bed, in the air. You can spray it on yourself. Okay. The other one is, there's this brand called Biosource Naturals, and they have a sleep spray called Sweet Dreams. I've written about this too. That is flippin' amazing as well. I gave that one to Encore. Now, they also have all of these lotions which smell, I mean, just out of this world. So if you can, not only do your hand right before bedtime, but go ahead and apply it to your neck, on your chest, you know, whatever, and get that scent on you as well. Also a good lip balm, so you get that effect in the nighttime. So those are a couple of little beauty hygienes. And then finally is if you can create your sleep playlist. So sometimes complete silence is great, but oftentimes music helps. You have to be smart about setting it up though, because you don't necessarily want it playing all night, but then depending on the device you're using, it could interfere with your alarms. Okay, so if you're playing it all night. So just be aware of that and play around with the playlist, play around with how you actually get that going. Of course, if you use the Amazon Echo device, then you're able to just verbally start it and have your nighttime routines set up, just like I have my start my day routine set up to have my mantras, tell me the weather, play certain music, play certain meditations. Okay, so I think that about wraps it up. Okay, so try something, all right? And if you have questions on specific products, you know, I get my products, a lot of them from Amazon, and then they just stop making them, or for that particular brand, but I could point you to similar products. Expert shopper here. camel, camel, camel if you didn't see my other post.